This is Richard LeParmentier, Admiral Marty from Star Wars, speaking to you on Radio Free Decipher.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Radio Free Decipher, coming to you here from the tuberculosis ward at Norfolk, Virginia. Just about everybody in the office has come back from vacations and such with colds.
I am all good, though.
Are you?
No cold for me.
You've been complaining about backaches all day.
Yeah, I got a little backache. So that's because I was out there, in Southern California playing tennis, and stuff like that.
That's hard work, man.
Yeah, but, I didn't get the cold, so it's good.
How about you? We have Kendrick here with us today.
Good morning.
Our fantastic guest host from last week.
How'd it go?
2 weeks.
You had a good time?
Doing the radio show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We extended the broadcast.
That's what we heard.
It went pretty long.
It was epic.
But we got some really good ratings from your broadcast and lots of good buzz off that, so that's why we're bringing it back on today.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
Great. That's good to hear.
So let's get right into the topics today, shall we, Evan?
Sure. Let's start off with the Championship Circuit 2001.
We are currently working on the Championship Circuit for 2001. We're expecting to get that done in the near future. We're getting lots of questions about it already, and we just want to reassure everybody out there that it is on the top of our minds, and we're going to get that done in the near future for everyone. So be looking for that soon.
Okay.
Be looking for that soon. Also, yesterday I was not in the office. I went up to Baltimore last minute because we were going to teach a bunch of people how to play Jedi Knights yesterday, so that was really fun. We did the very first demo for Jedi Knights.
Very cool.
For people outside of the office, really. And it was fantastic. What a great reception we got. And everybody was just like, man, we had some people that don't play our games there at all, and they were just like, I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I don't collect Star Wars anything, stuff like that. But I'd play this game for just the gameplay. I mean, they loved it that much. They were really excited about the whole thing.
Excellent news.
It went really, really well.
Yeah, for me, with card games now, it's all about new game design elements, because all of us out there that have played card games for a while know what the game mechanics are that are out there in the world. Yep. We know what they are. And Jedi Knights brings something to the table that is a lot different than any of the other card games out there, and I'm excited to see that get some play. It's new, it's fresh, and we got a lot of that coming in 2001.
Exactly.
So.
One of the guys there at that demo was like, this is probably one of the coolest card game mechanics I've ever seen. I mean, there's some revolutionary stuff in here that just bring a whole new dimension to card games, and I was really blown away too because 2 days ago was the first time that I really played one of the final versions of the game. I hadn't played it for a little while, and I played it a couple different incarnations of the game, but I played it again for the first time just a few days ago to get ready for this big demo, and I was overwhelmed. I mean, I had totally underestimated the whole game, and I'm in love with the gameplay right now.
Yeah, I got to proofread a recent draft of the rules that was some 17 versions later than what I had previously played, and it's just leaps and bounds. It's an incredible
really good
game.
Stuff. So, Kendrick, we're going to have to get a hold of those demo decks later in place. Right on, play some games. So, all right.
Star Wars fans don't have to wait for Jedi Knights, though.
That's right. They're getting Reflections 2 this coming Wednesday, the 10th.
Outstanding.
10th of January. And we brought some Reflections 2 up there for this big demo that we were doing, too, and we gave everybody some packs. Sure enough, somebody pulled an Outer Rim Scout, and I was so jealous.
A foil Outer Rim Scout?
A foil Outer Rim Scout, and I was just like, oh, man, anything I can do to trade that off you. No. But he held on to it. He was excited about getting the Outer Rim Scout. So.
Yeah,
and there's good stuff in there. More cards are popping up on our website every day. Where the expanded universe stuff is really making a lot of people very excited, and the combo cards are going to revolutionize the way some people play the game, and it's going to be fantastic stuff.
We're just days away from that tasty goodness.
Oh yeah.
For those communities out there that are into new and interesting sealed deck formats, Reflections 2 and Booster Draft are like peanut butter and jelly, because you crack one of these packs and you've got like instantly 4 or 5 cards that you must make a decision between. Not to mention the randomness of the cards from the existing universe, and the chance that you might pull something good from that. So Booster Draft for Reflections 2 is going to be a lot of fun. You just got to find a way to get an appropriate format for it.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. You pop that Thrawn and that beefy combo card, and what do you choose?
All right, so when are we going to play some, man?
Sunday. We have a special clandestine, local tournament that we're going to run, and we've got it's just bonkers. We're trying to work out like a good format, but basically what we've got now is a little bit of EPP, some of the Jabba's Palace packs, and we're going to be drafting a pack of Reflections 2 after each game, but the format is really zany because we're actually building both light and dark side decks, 40-card decks. But let me tell you, the last time we did this crazy format, one of the guys in the tournament actually pulled off Dantooine base operations with all these cards that he put together. And I actually had a profit deck that I was actually flipping, and I had a PLO and was getting the force regeneration from her because they had, Mighty Jabba and, all this stuff. It was crazy.
That is all good.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we're going to have a lot of fun on Sunday.
Very
Excellent.
cool.
Excellent. Moving along, we got some Star Trek stuff going on today.
Yes. By the time you hear this, Tim will have conducted a question and answer session on the Star Trek Gameplay BBS. If you missed that, you'll definitely want to head over there to check it out because he's going to be dropping a lot of information about the upcoming Voyager set.
Don't miss that.
Yeah, including, actually, this is the first time that we are revealing that there's kind of going to be a 3-armed beast to this Voyager set. It's going to have 3 major ways that you can play it. First is the standard integrated format, along with all of the existing cards in the Star Trek universe. We ought to be coming up near that 2,000 mark with Voyager, actually. And as well as a environment limited to Voyager-only cards, and that will be not unlike what some players have done with the Deep Space Nine cards, but much more heavily built into it in the ways that Endor and Death Star 2 were made to be an integrated environment, and that's going to be going on with Voyager. And also, the third arm of this beast is Warp Speed.
Oh, man, I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah, Warp Speed was such a big hit with Enhanced Premiere, and people were wondering, well, when are you guys going to do Constructed Warp Speed? When are we going to get to play a Constructed Warp Speed environment? And this is it. We've decided to have Voyager be the Constructed Warp Speed environment. So all of the cards in the set are going to be designed with that goal in mind.
Ask and you shall receive.
And there you have it.
Just this one time.
It's good stuff, man. I'm really looking forward to
that
Voyager.
information and more can be found in Tim's discussion if you want to head on over to the Trek BBS and check that out, Gameplay BBS.
That's right. That discussion starts at 4 o'clock today.
Yes.
4 to 5 o'clock.
Seating is limited, so hurry up and get there.
Likewise, at 5 o'clock today on our Young Jedi discussion boards, we have Kevin and Chuck doing some Young Jedi discussion. They're going to be revealing a new card today on there. As you can probably go over there right now and check it out.
Yeah,
it'll be archived on there.
Anakin.
Oh,
today.
That's right, Anakin today. So be sure and go check that out. It starts from 5 o'clock today and goes until 6, and they're going to be talking about all kinds of other Young Jedi stuff, so be sure and check that out. Also, likewise, programming note, we're going to have Kevin on here next week spoiling some more cards for Young Jedi, so that'll be really good.
So, Young Jedi fans, you've got some stuff to look forward to in here, too.
That's right. All right, now getting on to why we have the man, Kendrick, here. The main reason we got you here today is last week you announced some pretty good news about a number of different things. So we wanted you to come on. We know we've solidified some things regarding those programs a little bit more. So we wanted to have you come on and talk a little bit more about the fine details of all the stuff that you announced last week.
I thought we were going to talk about my knee surgery.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, well,
that's right. Well, how's your knee doing, man?
Oh, it's fine.
All right.
So what were we going to...
well, we got 3 things that you're going to be telling us about. So shoot away, buddy.
Okay. Well, let's start out with... maybe not the most impactful piece, but a lot of people are real excited about the fact that tournament directors are going to get to compete in their own tournaments. And for us, that's a new thing, but what we understand is that there are a lot of communities out there where tournament directors are forced to make a decision between being there for their players or actually playing in an event. So what we want to do is create an environment where they get the best of both worlds. So we have some rules going up, some parameters that tournament directors need to stay within in order to compete in their own events. And I won't reveal everything, but if those of you out there that are familiar with another tournament format called the 3-judge system from one of our competitors, as a matter of fact. It's a good format. We took some liberties with that because it seems to work for our system as well, and are making it possible for tournament directors who have small communities of gamers to actually get the ability to play in an event. We are making some strong suggestions within those parameters for basically the CYA policy for those tournament directors who have small tournaments, but once the events get too big, I think we're going to stay away from that. You get too many players, and I think the tournament director needs to be there making all of the rulings.
Right.
So you have an intimate environment. You have less than 16 players, and it's all good. You're going to get a rating in. You're going to help everybody else have a good time. So we're excited about the tournament directors playing in tournaments gig. Check the website. There will be a story on it. I believe that's pushing today. So you'll see the rules there.
Excellent. What else you got for us?
Well, something that we did not reveal in the RFD a couple of weeks ago.
I can't imagine what you would not have
revealed.
Well,
because we were on the Larry King broadcast hour, and we just didn't have time to get it in there, was the announcement about our prize support for all of our sanctioned events. We are ready to officially flip over from our current prize support to our tournament foils. So those of you out there that are listening, you're going to have an opportunity to compete in all of your sanctioned events for foil cards.
These are new exclusive foils.
These are new exclusive foils. They are not part of any of the reflection sets, and they are foiled well primarily because of their gameplay value and the fact that we see a lot of these on the different circuits that everybody visits. So
these are also commons and uncommons. This gives us a chance to foil some of those more powerful cards that are not necessarily rare.
Yep. Don't have enough pull to get into the reflections packs, but are perfect for something like this.
Cool. Do you know when we're going to be able to announce that entire program? Is that going up on the website soon?
Yeah, but basically we have all of the foils lined up for the next X amount of time, but don't expect to see a whole list of what foil will be available in June.
It's going to be a new surprise every time you go.
Absolutely.
Right?
You're going to need to participate in order to be up on what you're going to be able to get each month. So,
okay.
And the system is basically going to be similar to the closed environment foils now, which is a couple of foils, and the winner of a tournament has an opportunity to pick which one they want, and then there's going to be a random drawing for all those that competed until the end of the tournament. We think it's good that players stick around to the
Any
end.
Player has a shot at one of the foils,
Absolutely.
not just the winner.
Excellent.
Yep, so we're really excited about that. We got a lot of stuff to push into 2001, a lot of big changes, so bear with us while we work on those, but that should be implemented relatively soon. So those of you that have been playing in tournaments and getting Cloud City packs can rejoice that you're going to get the shiny cards in all your tournaments, not just the Death Star 2 closed environments.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. Now, one of the things I'm most excited about is that we got some new rating systems coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yep, the new ratings changeover for 2001. All of those players out there that have been schlepping along since the beginning of the tournament rating system are going to be happy to know that we are keeping that lifetime rating up. I think that's an achievement we will not do away with. That will stay. There is also going to be a year-to-date rating that will flip over annually. So you can see how you've done in any particular calendar year based on the expansions that have come out, based on all of that, and we'll probably archive those ratings. So if you're playing 3 years from now, you can look back at each of your annual ratings and have the ability to really see your progress through all of those. In addition to the annual ratings, we're going to have what we're going to call sprints through the calendar year, and those sprints are periods of time within that calendar year that you accumulate ratings for the constructed deck environment, and have an opportunity to compete in big events after each of those sprints based on how you did within that sprint. And the reason it's called a sprint is because you work hard to get a good rating in that short period of time.
That is awesome.
That's constructed deck, so that's a real skill environment. In addition to competing in big events after each of the sprints, people that do well in each of those sprints for each calendar year will be placed in, well, we don't have a name yet, but it's basically Decipher's Hall of Fame, and you'll get one of those little metal Employee of the Month plaques up on Decipher's website saying, that this guy kicked butt the best in the first sprint in 2001.
Excellent. When did the first sprint start, actually, or when does it start?
Well, technically, it's January 1, 2001.
So we're already starting to keep those records, even though we don't have it up on the website yet. Everybody is already being entered into the first sprint.
Yep, absolutely. And that is the constructed deck format only. So closed environment, sealed deck, none of that stuff adds to the sprint. The sprint is really a pure format in that it's all skill as far as building your deck and bringing it to the tournament and competing. And that is product line wide, meaning Star Trek sprints, Young Jedi sprints, and Star Trek CCG sprints. So
and
Star
Jedi
Wars,
Knights.
and Jedi Knights for that matter. When we shuffle that into the mix, and For this system, we're also looking, Lord of the Rings sprints too. When that time comes,
cool.
It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be
There's
awesome
a lot of
this year.
opportunities here, really. I mean, you can become like the #1 ranked player of the year, and then once 2002 rolls over, no one will ever be able to take that away from you.
That's right. You will be permanently enshrined. So we have gone out and purchased a few extra pages for our website just for that. So.
Excellent. Now, you said that at the end of a sprint, there's going to be a big event at the end of the sprint, like a big tournament type event?
Yeah, probably. And looking at this year, obviously the first sprint ends 4 months into the year, which means April, May-ish. Now we need to have some overlap in order for all the tournaments run within that sprint to get in and get rated.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not quite sure on the date for those events or whatever, but stay tuned for more info about that.
Okay. Now,
what all these new ranking systems mean is that we have to be a lot more vigilant with all you TDs out there about getting your results in. We have had some fairly stringent rules for returning results. I think there was a 2-week period to get results in, but guess what, folks? We're going to get really, really tough on you guys for that. We're making some changes to make the system better, and we're going to expect you guys to follow along with us. So look for us to get a little more into the tough love with that stuff too, in order to make this a good system for everybody.
Okay.
So, and the last piece to this puzzle is the closed environment. Everybody out there knows about the Death Star 2 closed environment, but we're going to extend that over into Trek and YJ when applicable. Now, there is the Deep Space Nine, but it was never really official with its own tournament foils and all of that stuff. Now we're stick around for the message boards and Tim this afternoon, and I think you're going to get a better idea of what that means for Trek. But we're going to have a closed environment ranking for each of our games as well, and that also includes constructed deck and sealed deck closed environment rankings, because we understand that they're a little bit different. Now I love sealed deck, but it's a different kind of thing than constructed. We know where the real skill lies. Now there is a skill in playing sealed deck, but it's a little bit different. So you'll get 2 separate ratings for the closed environment as well. So we're opening up buckets for all of these different formats, and excuse me, there's more to come beyond that too. So a lot of different ways to get good ratings, and a lot of permanence for those players that do well. So.
All right. So the message
for everyone.
The message that we want to really have everybody walk away from today's broadcast with is sprint #1 has started.
Yeah.
Get out there and start playing in tournaments.
Run.
Okay.
Right.
So there you have it. Watch for Reflections 2 coming out this next Wednesday.
Going to be good. Going to be good stuff. And Happy New Year to everybody. We'll talk to everybody next week, and stay tuned.
Bye-bye.